I have been wanting to do this video for such a long time, and I'm finally getting the chance to sit down and film it for you all. So I'm very excited. We're going to start with brows. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, and I have it in the shade Taupe. We're going to zoom in and I'll show you guys. So for brows, I like to brush the hairs up. Then I will take the pencil and I'll start at the bottom. Focus on my eye, thank you. I draw a line at the bottom of my brows. I outline the bottom of my brows first, like that. And then I take the pencil still and fill in that top angle. And then the bottom, or the top part of the tail. And then I'll take my pencil. Let's zoom in just a tiny bit more here. And I'll start creating small little hair-like brush strokes in the front part of my brow. And then I take the spoolie end and brush up. There you go. One brow done, one brow not done. So you can see the definition in this one much better than, I mean, this one is, you can see my brow hairs, and they've actually gotten a little bit darker recently. They used to be way more blonde, but you can still see them, but this is a much better shape. It's more defined. It looks a lot better in my opinion. So we're going to quickly fill this brow in. Now, I only have the brow pencil from ColourPop. I think they have a brow gel. I have not tried that one. I have like so many ColourPop products, but I have not tried that pencil. I mean, I have not tried the gel yet. And on their website, a lot of times things go in and out of stock very quickly. So if you are eyeing something and it's not in stock on their website, check Ulta's site, because they have a lot of things on Ulta as well. Or, you know, join their mailing list and get a notification when that item comes back in stock. That's what I had to do for my tinted moisturizer. My shade of the tinted moisturizer was out of stock for forever, and then finally it came back in stock, both on their website and Ulta. I like the brow pencil. I think it does a really nice job. I do prefer the LA Girl Shady Slim brow pencil to this one. I think this is about like, oops, $8 or $9. The ColourPop one is. The LA Girl one is like $5 or $6, and this is just a little bit more of a stiffer formula. So if you don't like a creamy kind of formula, like, I'll show you. Doesn't wanna. It's kind of stiff like an actual pencil. And then okay, this one's almost gone, so hold on. This one's just a little bit creamier, and I feel like it blends in a lot quicker. All right, so like I said, I don't have the brow gel. I also don't have any sort of primer from them. Their Pretty Fresh primer has coconut oil in it, and that clogs my pores and breaks me out really badly, so I didn't purchase that one. And I think the other primer they have is a mattifying primer, and they do not have an eyeshadow primer that I know of. So I'm just going to use some of their concealer, the Pretty Fresh concealer for eyeshadow primer today. Just going to blend that out. Alright, eyes are primed. Now for eyeshadow, ColourPop eyeshadow is one of my absolute favorite formulas. I have a ton of options when it comes to ColourPop eyeshadows. Just a second here, let me grab these all. I'm gonna zoom out, hold on. This is all of my ColourPop eyeshadows. Aren't they beautiful? One second, I gotta get a thumbnail. Alright, I got my thumbnail, we're good. Yeah, so I do have to work today. I think I'm going to do a little bit more of a fall, like orangey, pumpkin-y kind of look today. So this is one of their tie-dye pastel palettes. This is the Miss Bliss palette. It looks like a little bit more springy to me, but I think some of these tones would be really, really good with the love of my life, the whatever palette. And I almost dropped the whatever palette. So I think we're going to use a combination of these two today. I used the So Jaded palette last week. Oh, it was so pretty. It's a very, very pretty palette. You can't go wrong with ColourPop shadows at all. I've got some of their single shadows. This one's not one of theirs, but I've got a few of their single shadows. I've got some more on here too. These are like really, really pretty for winter. I don't think you can go wrong with any one of their eyeshadow palettes. There might be a couple shades in each palette that's kind of a dud, but you just need to find a color story that works for you and go with that. Like, I would honestly recommend any one of them. If you're a neutrals person, going coconuts is great. If you like color, their tie-dye palettes are beautiful. If you like Disney, they've got quite a few Disney palettes. This is really, really pretty for fall as well. I mean, they've got it all. They have a whole selection of like monochromatic palettes too. Like, I love this Aha Honey palette. It's one of my favorites. Anyways, so I honestly don't think you can go wrong with any of their eyeshadow palettes. They're a great formula. They're affordable. They're blendable. They're beautiful. It just, whatever colorway you think works best for you. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start with the Miss Bliss palette. I'm gonna zoom in here. All right, and we're gonna start with the shade Intuitive. Right here, I'm gonna put that into the crease. I also love, hi there. I love that all of their palettes, besides, like, I don't think the big ones have a mirror, and my whatever palette doesn't have a mirror, but most of their palettes come with a mirror, and I love that. All right, so we're gonna start with Intuitive, put that in the crease. With these pastel palettes, I found since they are pastels, they work a lot better when you have a white base underneath. Like, they show up a lot more than this. If I had gone in with like my LA Girl Pro Concealer in white, or a lot of times I use the Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, that will really, really make those pastels pop. And then another tip to make pastels pop is you pack it on, or you go in with your finger. Like, I'll show you really quick. Just taking that same Intuitive shade. My fingers are really cold right now. It's cold in my room. See that? It really, really makes those pastels pop. Is patting it on with your finger first, and then blending it out. That's so pretty. And then I'm gonna take Optimist down here. It's a like orangey corally shade. And I'm gonna pack that on right under where I put Intuitive. Alright, so we're gonna stop there with that palette. I'm gonna go into my whatever palette, and I'm gonna pass it on my same brush, and we're gonna put that more on the outer third. I'm knocking things over. What else is new here? And I'm gonna kind of blend that into the center as well. I'm going to take my flat brush from Aloha Cosmetics, and I'm going to take the shade, ooh, what do we want? Not Okay or Ditching You? I think we're going to take Ditching You. Pack that on to the lid. Taking the same Ditching You shade, packing it onto the lid. And this Whatever palette, it was their fall palette last year, but it is still available. It's really great. It's one of my favorite palettes. I really love this glitter and Duh. Oh, it's so pretty. I kind of want to put that on the lid. Just there in the center. I really like their glitter formulas. They are pressed glitters, but they have some fallout, and they're, you know, suspended in whatever to make them stick. You know, there'll be some fallout throughout the day or whatever, but they're really, really pretty, and they do last very well for being a glitter and not having to use a glitter glue or anything. The only liquid liner I have from them is the BFF liquid liner in Numero Uno, which is their black felt tip liner. Felt tips are not my favorite. We're gonna go ahead and use it today anyways. I forgot to take that one off. I love doing that. I have used this a couple times before, and sometimes it does tend to smudge on me, and since I am going to work tonight, it's probably gonna be a smudgy mess. I might be able to show you a clip later when I get home, but my eyes are weird. It might not smudge on you guys. You know, if you want to try it, it's a nice liner and it's affordable. Personally, I prefer the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, the waterproof one, or the Maybelline Breakup Proof eyeliner. Those are really, really nice. And they're brush chips, which I much prefer. You can't even see what I'm doing, can you? My hand is like right in front of my eyeball. I think this would look so pretty with the brown liner. I don't have the brown liquid liner. They also have a lot of colors for their liquid liners. So if you wanted to get crazy and experiment with some liquid liner colors. You can't talk while I'm doing this. I'm getting glitter all over this liner. Messed up the wing there. Good to have to fix that. Also gonna clean up some of that eyeshadow while I'm fixing my eyeliner. Because I am going to work tonight and I don't have a ColourPop primer, I'm just gonna use my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I'm almost done with it. So I am primed. Alright, so we're going to start off with concealer. I'm going to use the same concealer that I use for eyeshadow primer. It's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Fair 10N. It's a little light for me. I just ordered another shade because I'm getting low on this one, and I ordered a couple shades up. The next, I think, neutral shade is what I ordered. I think it's for like Fair 30N. So hopefully that'll be a little bit closer to what I like in a concealer. I don't mind using a brighter concealer, but I prefer one closer to my skin tone. So I feel like we're gonna do a sponge on the other side so we can compare these. I love this concealer, I will say that. The brush is not the best. It kind of looked like it took away some of the coverage for me. You can still see some of the darkness coming through there, but it covered. And it doesn't look like super cakey or anything. We're gonna go ahead and go in with my AOA sponge and blend this one in. Okay. I feel like the sponge kept it a little bit more dewy and hydrating, and the brush was a little bit more like mattifying almost. I also feel like the sponge kept some of the coverage that the brush got rid of, which is odd. Normally with concealer, brushes keep the coverage instead of taking it away. For my base today, we're going to go in with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I have the shade Fair 4N. I'm going to apply it with my fingers. I love applying this anyway. Like, I've applied it with a brush, I've applied it with a sponge, I've applied it with my fingers. In my opinion, this stuff on my skin is amazing. Like, it covers very, very well for me, and it's hydrating. I mean, my skin, I don't have a whole lot to cover up, so I prefer medium coverage foundations and BB creams and tinted moisturizers anyways, rather than like a full coverage foundation. But like, it just looks so nice and healthy and glowy. And if I want a tiny bit more coverage like on my cheek areas, I'll either go in with concealer or go in with one of my powder foundations. We're going to use a little bit of the L'Oreal Radiant Creamy Concealer just to kind of spot conceal a couple areas. Mostly just the redness in my cheeks. I just want to tone down that redness a tiny little bit. I'm going to zoom you guys in again really quick. I know I keep zooming in and out, but I just want to show you how it looks up close. So you can see it evened out my skin tone. It covered everything really, really nicely. It looks really nice and even. It's not clinging onto my face in any weird places. This, I know, so unflattering. This is my problem area with other foundations. They tend to cling here. They tend to look really, really heavy and textured. And with this, it doesn't do that at all, but it looks really, really nice and everything looks covered. So I love that. Now that I'm done raving about the Tinted Moisturizer, we are going to powder. Plus, I typically set my under eyes anyways. So I'm just going to go in with my number 7. What is it? Number 7 Lift Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder to set my under eyes. I've almost hit pan on this, you guys. I feel like powders take me forever to go through. So when I've been using this one nonstop and I love it. And then I'm going to set using my IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. I have the shade Fair. And when I'm setting my face with powder, I like to press it in first, and then I'll buff it out. I feel like that helps maintain the coverage and it doesn't move the product around underneath of it. I love this powder so much. It looks so pretty and glowy. Oh, it makes me so happy. Alright, so I'm setting my cheek area. I don't set my entire face with powder. I'm setting my cheek area so I can blend powder products on top of it, like my bronzer. I'm avoiding putting powder right here. I'm going to put a tiny little bit on my nose because I'm going to be wearing a mask all night. So for bronzer, ColourPop has a few bronzer options. They all the ones I saw were single shades. It didn't come in a compact like some of their blushes do. So I've just got this little single shade, and right now I've just got this giant Makeup Geek magnetic palette that I keep it in. I have the shade Private Party, and I waited forever for a bronzer to come in stock. I've used this a couple times, so we're gonna, maybe I've only used it once. I think I've only used it once, so I really don't have any opinions on it. I thought it might have smelled like coconutty for a second, but it actually doesn't. It looks really nice. It's a little deep, I feel like. It kind of looks like the same shade as my Milani. Oh no, it's a little bit darker than Milani. Hold on. So here is Private Party next to my Milani. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more orange. I think it looks nice on the face. It definitely seems like more of a summery bronzer though. It's definitely the darkest bronzer that I own. That's maybe that Kevin Applaud bronzer. That was pretty dark. But I'm just going to work. Gonna be wearing a mask. Nobody's gonna really notice my bronzer. Alright. So it looks nice. I like that. I will definitely use this bronzer. I don't think it looks orange. I don't think it looks bad. I like it. For blush, I've got a few powder options. I've got one of their Super Shock Cheeks. This is from their fall collection last year. And thanks for the memories. If any of you like Fall Out Boy, you would understand. And then I've got a couple of their blushed, this is a highlight stick. I've got one of their blush sticks in Aloha as well. It's a really pretty like orangey shade. This is from their Garden Variety collection. This is tearing up my heart. Clever. They're getting better at naming things. This is one of my Kathleen Lights powders. I forgot what the shade is called. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it out of here. My Sun and Stars. And then I've got one of their peach blushes in Frisky Business. I think I'm going to start with Aloha. So we're going to put Aloha on. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and stipple it on. Nope, we're gonna go right into the stick. That's nice. I haven't used this too much because wearing a mask. So I really don't have an opinion on this one either. It's really, really pretty actually. I am enjoying that. I think I'm going to put a tiny bit of Frisky Business on top of it just because I want to set it down a little bit. I've been liking tapping just a tiny little bit of blush across my nose lately. I don't really know why. I just have. And then for highlighter, I've got one of my all-time favorites, Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian. And then I also have one of their stick highlighters in the shade Earth, URTH. It's like a really, really pretty pinky champagne-y highlight. I don't think I'm going to go for that one today. It's a little bit more pink than what my eye look is. Oh, I forgot I had this giant thing. Alright, this is from their tie-dye collection as well. It's a Super Shock Cheek, and the shade is called Manifest That. So I think I'm going to put this on today, actually. Look how big that thing is. I love their I can't say it, Super Shock formulas so much. Alright, so I like to take it on my finger and then put it on, and sometimes I'll just blend it in a little bit with a brush or my finger. That's the way I found best to apply these Super Shock highlighters. I'm going to go ahead and set my face using their Pretty Fresh setting spray. The nozzle on this was fantastic at first. It was such a fine mist, such a great sprayer, and then it just kind of got all clogged up and went to poop. So when I finished up my Youth to the People spray, I put the nozzle on this, but now it's kind of leaking a little bit. Like, it was like one aggressive stream of freaking setting spray. So I really like this. It doesn't do much for staying power. I could just like spray that on my face all day long, but it does give your skin a really, really fresh, dewy look, which I love. Oh, that highlight is so pretty. I want to put just a tiny little bit of Flexitarian on, because I just want to show you guys. Oh, ha ha. How pretty and reflective that is. This is one of my all-time favorite highlights. I love it so much. Oh, I just dug my nail into it. Okay, so for mascara, I just have their black mascara, the BFF Volumizing Mascara in black on black. It's got that kind of hourglass wand shape. I think this mascara smudges on me, so it's the mascara or the liner, or both. We're gonna go ahead and try it today. And it like transfers up and smudges on the bottom. It's very, very weird. I don't know if I mentioned this when I was putting on my powder, but I have tried ColourPop's powder before. Not their loose powder, just their pressed one. And it did not work for my skin. It was definitely a dud product for me, as well as their original foundation and concealer. The matte ones, I don't remember what they're called. So that's why I just used my normal powders, because I know that those ones don't work for me and I wasn't going to reorder them just for the sake of a video. I did, however, order their Pretty Fresh foundation, and that should be here tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about that. Look at this big ass mirror. It's like the size of my head almost. Okay, so for lips, I have tried ColourPop's matte liquid lipsticks before, and I was not a fan of them. I didn't like them. They were very, I liked the shades that I had a lot, but they were very dry and crumbly when they had been wearing for a while, or if you try to reapply them, they didn't look very nice at all. So I had a couple of their bullet lipsticks from the Princess collection, and I loved those. I thought they were really pretty, but I think I talked about this in my last empties video. They just started to get a weird smell, and I wasn't going to repurchase them. So I didn't. I haven't yet. So the only lip products I have from ColourPop are a few of the Just a Tints, and then I've got one of their lip oils. I've also got this lip gloss from the Villains collection. It's very orangey. This lip gloss isn't my favorite formula. It's kind of gloopy. It still smells good. It's kind of like a gloopy formula. See that? It's not bad. It's pretty. It's very metallic though, and it's not my favorite. This lip oil is super, super nice. I'm going to put it on really quick and just show you, because I'm not going to end up wearing it today. It smells like something familiar to me, but I can't figure out what it is. Almost like, I don't know. I have no idea. If you've smelled these lip oils, tell me what you think they smell like, because I can't figure it out. So that's the lip oil. Very pretty, very hydrating. Not going to wear it today though. The Just a Tints are some of my favorite things ever. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. I actually have 2 of them in my purse right now, I think. So the shades I've got here are Always Right, Chimichanga, and a Go-Go. I'm just going to put on Always Right, I think, because it's just like a nude, neutral pink. you can layer them and build up the color too. They look really, really nice. They don't rub off weird, and when they do wear off, they leave a little stain on your lips, and they just look really, really pretty. So I really like them a lot. They are like so comfortable. One of my absolute favorite, like it's my favorite ColourPop lip formula, honestly. I'm gonna take Tardy here in the Whatever palette. It's a Super Shock formula, and I'm gonna pop that onto my inner corner because I realized I didn't do my inner corner. So I'm just gonna kind of pack that on with my Luxie mini angled brush. The Super Shock formulas are a little bit, they're almost like a cream to powder formula for their shadows, their highlights, their cheeks. They're a cream, like a cream to powder formula. So they're a little bit different to work with, but they're really, really pretty. And a lot of the ones in their palettes are a little bit more of a topper shade than like an overall lid shade. So I think it's gonna be really, really nice on the inner corner here. I think this is a little too pink for this look, but I don't want to go get the ones in my bag because I gotta get going to work. So maybe we'll put on a Go-Go. Oh yeah, that's pretty. The other one I have is Treasure Island. It's more of a plum shade. And then Gimme S'more, which is more of like a neutral, like a nude shade. It's really, really pretty. Alright guys, so that is all for this video today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you like this look? What is your favorite ColourPop product? ColourPop is one of my all-time favorite brands. I love them so much. I love most of their products. I love the price point. I love, you know, just being able to have a collection like this, and it doesn't break the bank. I have, oh, I forgot I was going to put on eyeliner in my lower lash line. All right, this is one from their Sunflower collection. It's their cream gel liner in the shade Sub-Zero. It's like a metallic gold. It's so pretty. I totally forgot I was going to put that on my waterline. I love their cream gel liners so much. They're so pretty, and they show up. They're like, oh, I just broke it. They show up so well, and you don't have to like go there and go over and over them like a million times to make it show up. So, and now guys, that is all for this video today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you would. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you are subscribed, please make sure you turn on the notification bell so you are notified every single time that I upload. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.